Think about the city you live in or, any city you know well.
Yeah.
Now, picture it not as something fixed, but as a living, breathing entity that can adapt to whatever comes its way, growing populations, the pressures of a changing climate.
The simple fact that how we want to live evolve.
Exactly.
What if our urban spaces were fundamentally flexible?
That's really the core of what we're diving into today. Our sources, well, they really underscore that this idea of adaptable and flexible cities isn't just some futuristic fantasy.
Right.
It's becoming a necessity. These qualities are key to ensuring our urban environments not only survive, but thrive in the face of ongoing change, which, ultimately benefits everyone who calls them home.
And the really exciting part, I think, is how technology is making these adaptable cityscapes possible. We've been looking at a range of fascinating research and articles, exploring everything from buildings that can be easily reconfigured to transportation systems that adjust themselves in real time. Exactly. The sources highlight several interconnected technological areas that are driving this urban flexibility. We're seeing advancements in how we build and manage our infrastructure, making it more modular and responsive. Our transportation networks are becoming more dynamic, more user-centric. Even our basic utilities are evolving to be smarter and, well, more localized.
And we're also looking at how our immediate environments can be personalized, and how data is just revolutionizing urban planning and governance.
That's right.
Right, but this isn't just a tech expo, is it? Our goal in this deep dive is to sort of connect the dots to understand how these different technologies work together.
Yeah, the synergy.
To create cities that are not just intelligent, but truly resilient and responsive to the needs of their inhabitants. So let's get down to it. Where do we even begin to build a city that can bend and flex with the times?
Well, it probably makes sense to start with the very foundation.
Yeah.
The physical infrastructure of our cities.
Okay.
The concept of modular and adaptive infrastructure really forms the basis for much of this future flexibility.
Modular buildings. It brings to mind the idea of building with pre-made components. What's the real potential here? Is it just Lego buildings?
Well, that's a good starting point, maybe a simplified one. Modular construction involves manufacturing building components off-site, under controlled conditions, and then assembling them on location.
Right. Factory built.
Yeah. And while the idea itself isn't brand new, recent advancements are significantly boosting its capabilities. Think about 3D printing, allowing for very precise and customizable construction with innovative materials.
Okay.
Prefabricated units designed for seamless integration, and even the use of robotics to automate assembly processes.
3D printing entire buildings. That still feels quite cutting edge. What advantages does that offer in making cities more adaptable?
Well, several key advantages emerge from the sources. 3D printing allows for incredibly precise construction, which can dramatically reduce material waste. That's a big one.
Less waste, okay.
And researchers are also actively developing advanced materials specifically for 3D printing in construction, like concrete that can bend without breaking.
Wow.
And more environmentally friendly composite materials. We're already seeing pilot projects where affordable housing is being built rapidly with designs tailored to specific needs. So it demonstrates the potential for speed, customization, and efficient resource use.
And these prefabricated modular units, are we talking about basic sort of cookie-cutter structures? Or something more?
No, not at all, actually. These are often highly sophisticated units constructed off-site to very high standards before being transported for assembly.
Right.
A well-known early example of adaptability is the Nakagen Capsule Tower in Tokyo. You might know it, where entire living units were designed to be replaceable.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of that. Very distinctive.
Exactly. And more recently, the rapid construction of the Wuhan hospital using prefabricated rooms during a critical health situation really highlighted the dramatic speed advantages.
That was incredible how fast that went up.
It was. And beyond emergency situations, modular architecture offers significant design flexibility and is increasingly seen as a vital solution for addressing the need for more affordable and, crucially, quickly deployable housing.
The idea of robots constructing buildings still sounds like something from a movie, though. How is that actually playing out?
Well, it's definitely moving from science fiction towards reality. Robotic assembly and construction uses automated systems to handle tasks that are often repetitive, physically demanding, and frankly, facing labor shortages in many places. In the context of modular construction, robots can be used for tasks like framing, welding, and precisely moving and placing materials.
So more precision.
More precision, potentially more speed. The Glass Vault project, which incorporated robotic arms in its construction, demonstrates the potential to achieve complex and aesthetically interesting designs that might be more difficult or time-consuming with traditional manual labor.
So the underlying principle of all this modularity is that buildings can evolve over time, right? Rather than being permanent and unchangeable.
Exactly. That's the core idea. Modular designs inherently allow for easier reconfiguration, expansion, or even relocation.
Relocation. Really?
Sometimes, yes. The replaceable capsules of the Nakagan Tower were a very literal example of reconfiguration. The concept of movable modular schools illustrates the potential to adapt to changes in population density in different areas.
Okay, that makes sense. Need more classrooms here, fewer there.
Precisely. Even commercial spaces could be more easily adapted to shifting economic needs. It's about building with the understanding that change is, well, inevitable.
You mentioned that modular construction can save time and money. Can you give us a sense of the scale of those savings? Are they significant?
Our sources indicate that modular construction can potentially reduce overall construction timelines by as much as 30% to 50%.
30 to 50%, that's huge.
It's a very significant acceleration, and it can also be more cost-effective due to several factors. Reduced labor costs in the controlled factory environment, less material waste thanks to that precise manufacturing,
Right, the factory setting helps.
and that faster overall completion time, which means lower financing costs, quicker return on investment. The application of 3D printing further contributes to cost savings through optimized material use, and robotic assembly can increase efficiency and address labor costs too.
It sounds like a much more efficient way to build, really. What are the main obstacles preventing this from becoming the dominant approach? There must be some.
Oh, definitely. You're right to point out the hurdles. One significant challenge is navigating the varying regulatory landscape.
Ah, building codes.
Exactly. Building codes can differ substantially between regions, which can complicate the standardization and widespread adoption of modular designs.
I can see that.
Public perception is another factor. There's sometimes a lingering association of modular buildings with lower quality, like old prefabs.
Yeah, temporary classrooms and things.
Even though the technology and design have advanced significantly. So overcoming these challenges will require updates to regulations to accommodate modular innovations and, frankly, a concerted effort to educate the public about the benefits and advancements in this field.
We have a table here, Table 1, with some interesting examples of modular architecture globally. Are there any that particularly illustrate this adaptability we're talking about?
Absolutely. Looking at Table 1, Revival Ukraine's focus on adaptable and scalable aluminum modular structures is directly relevant to rapid rebuilding efforts where flexibility is just paramount.
Makes sense for rebuilding.
My Micro NY showcases how prefabricated microunits can efficiently utilize limited urban space. George Street Croydon demonstrates the viability of high-rise modular construction for residential needs, indicating scalability.
High-rise modular, okay.
Yeah, the Stack NYC highlights the speed of assembly possible. Clement Canopy stands out as the world's tallest modular tower, proving the structural capabilities.
Tallest, wow.
Port Alberni homeless housing underscores the potential for easily relocatable structures to address immediate needs. Tetra's Apartments emphasizes both speed and cost-effectiveness, came in under budget, I think.
That's always good.
And Hilda El Solis Care First Village is a powerful example of rapid erection to provide urgent care facilities. These diverse projects really showcase the breadth of applications and the inherent adaptability of modular construction. It's not just one thing.
So it's not just about the buildings themselves, but also the spaces in between the roads and public areas. How are those becoming more adaptable to our needs?
Right. This is where innovations in smart materials and embedded sensor technology really come into play.
Smart materials, what does that mean?
Well, smart materials are designed to change their properties in response to external conditions. Stimuli like temperature, pressure, light.
Okay.
Think about concrete that can automatically repair cracks.
Self-healing concrete. Sounds like something from the future. How does that work in practice?
It's a fascinating area of materials science, yeah. The idea is to incorporate materials within the concrete mix, maybe macrocapsules with a healing agent, or even certain bacteria that get activated when a crack forms, effectively sealing it.
Incredible.
Or rubberized asphalt that's more durable and flexible because it incorporates recycled tire rubber. In our public spaces, we might see electrochromic glass that adjusts its tint based on sunlight.
Oh, like on some airplanes?
Exactly. Or even piezoelectric tiles that can generate small amounts of energy from foot traffic.
Generating power from walking.
Tiny amounts, but yeah, potentially. These advancements can significantly extend the lifespan of our infrastructure and reduce the need for frequent repairs, less disruption.
And these materials work in conjunction with embedded sensors.
Precisely. Embedded sensors can provide a constant stream of real-time data about the condition and usage of our infrastructure.
Okay, what kind of data?
In roadways, they can monitor things like traffic flow, vehicle speed, density, and even road surface conditions, ice, water, and potential hazards.
Like potholes forming.
Potentially, yes, or stress, indicating a future issue. LiDAR technology, which uses lasers to create detailed three-dimensional maps, is a particularly powerful tool for advanced traffic monitoring. It can detect and track objects in real time, cars, pedestrians, cyclists.
Right.
In public spaces, sensors can track pedestrian movement, air quality, noise levels, the operational status of various infrastructure elements like lights or fountains.
Okay, so you collect all this data. Once all this data is collected, how does it actually lead to more adaptable roads and public spaces? What do you do with it?
Well, this real-time data enables dynamic adaptation. For example, roadways could utilize this information to adjust lane configurations based on current traffic patterns. Think of reversible lanes that automatically switch direction during rush hour.
We see some of that already, but this would be more automated.
Potentially much more dynamic and responsive, yes.
Yeah.
Smart materials can also respond dynamically. Pavements with embedded heating elements could automatically activate to prevent ice formation using sensor data.
No, our road salt, maybe.
That's the hope, or at least less of it. And public spaces can become more flexible with modular street furniture that could be easily moved or reconfigured for different events, markets, festivals, alongside public art installations that can adapt to their surroundings or user interaction, maybe changing based on weather or time of day.
What are the tangible benefits for people living in these more adaptable cities? What do we get out of it?
The advantages are pretty significant, actually. Real-time traffic monitoring allows for those dynamic adjustments to traffic signals and lane configurations, which can lead to smoother commutes and reduced congestion. Less time stuck in traffic.
Everyone wants that.
Definitely. The improved durability of infrastructure, thanks to smart materials, means fewer disruptions due to maintenance and repairs, less road work.
Also good.
This network of sensors also forms a crucial foundation for a broader Internet of Things, or IoT, infrastructure within the city, connecting various systems. And in public spaces, smart materials can create more comfortable, energy-efficient, and multifunctional environments that better serve the needs of the people using them. Think shade adjusting automatically or seating adapting.
Okay, so we're building flexible foundations and roads. How do we get around in these adaptable urban environments? What does the future of transportation look like?
Yeah, the sources point towards a transportation ecosystem that is highly responsive, both to the needs of individual users and the broader environmental context.
So smarter transport.
Very much so. This involves significant advancements in areas like autonomous and shared mobility, the potential for ultra-high-speed travel, and even the use of drones for logistics.
Autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars, we've heard a lot about their potential. How do they contribute to a more adaptable city?
Well, autonomous vehicles, or AVs, have the potential to optimize traffic flow through intelligent routing and coordination. They can talk to each other, talk to the infrastructure, potentially reducing congestion.
Smoother flow, fewer jams.
That's the idea. Shared fleets of AVs could also significantly decrease the need for personal car ownership and the associated parking infrastructure.
Less parking needed. That frees up space.
A lot of space in most cities.
Mm-hmm.
And crucially, they offer the promise of increased safety, removing human error and greater mobility for individuals who are unable to drive themselves, like the elderly or people with disabilities.
Right.
We're seeing various pilot projects in cities around the world that are exploring how to safely and effectively integrate AVs into existing transportation networks. It's still early days, but progressing.
And shared mobility things like ride sharing, bike sharing, scooters, that's already quite prevalent in many cities. How does that help with adaptability?
Well, shared mobility services are already playing a significant role in reducing the number of private vehicles on the road, which directly contributes to less traffic congestion and lower carbon emissions. That's a win already.
True.
The key for the future, according to the sources, is even tighter integration with public transportation systems, buses, trains, to create seamless first-mile and last-mile connections, getting you from the train station to your actual destination easily.
Right, bridging those gaps.
Exactly. And the efficient operation of both autonomous and shared mobility systems relies heavily on the analysis of real-time data. That allows for dynamic adjustments to service availability, maybe pricing, and ultimately improving the user experience, getting a ride when and where you need it.
What about some of the more maybe futuristic transportation ideas, like the Hyperloop? Is that likely to become a practical reality in adaptable cities?
Ah, the Hyperloop. Well, with its concept of ultra-high-speed travel within low-pressure tubes, it holds the theoretical potential to revolutionize intercity travel,
Like super fast between cities.
dramatically reducing travel times between major urban centers. There are ongoing tests and pilot projects aimed at validating the technology.
It's being worked on.
It is. Similarly, continued advancements in high-speed rail networks are making intercity travel faster and more convenient. These technologies could reshape how people live and work by making it easier to commute or travel longer distances, potentially blurring the lines between cities.
Live in one city, work in another becomes easier.
Much easier, potentially. However, the Hyperloop, specifically, still faces considerable challenges, particularly in terms of the huge infrastructure costs and navigating complex regulatory frameworks. It's a big undertaking.
Yeah, sounds expensive and complicated.
It does.
And drones delivering packages, is that more than just a novelty at this point? Are we going to see swarms of delivery drones?
Maybe not swarms just yet. While still facing limitations, drone-based logistics offer a potentially very flexible and on-demand solution for transporting goods and services within urban areas.
Especially for small, urgent items.
Exactly. They have the potential for faster and more efficient last-mile delivery, which could reduce reliance on traditional road-based delivery vehicles, vans, trucks, and help ease traffic congestion.
Fewer vans, double parking.
That's one potential benefit, yes.
Yeah.
Several major companies are actively piloting drone delivery programs. But the current challenges involve establishing clear and safe regulatory frameworks for urban drone operations.
Yeah, safety is a big one.
Addressing safety concerns related to operating in populated areas, noise pollution too, and overcoming technological limitations related to battery life and payload capacity. They can't carry very heavy things very far yet.
Right. So promising, but still needs work.
Definitely.
We've talked about how we build and how we move. What about the essential utilities that keep a city functioning, like power and water? How are those becoming more adaptable?
Yeah, the trend in urban utilities is towards systems that are not only more efficient, but also more resilient and adaptable, largely through smart technologies and decentralized approaches.
Smart grids, we hear that term quite a bit. What exactly makes an electricity grid smart?
Okay, so a smart grid represents a significant modernization of our traditional electrical grid. The old grid is pretty dumb, frankly.
One-way power flow, basically.
Pretty much. A smart grid incorporates advanced sensor networks, digital communication technologies, so information flows both ways, and AI-powered management systems to optimize the entire energy infrastructure.
Okay. Optimize how?
Well, this leads to more efficient transmission of electricity, less energy lost along the way, quicker detection and restoration of power outages. The grid can potentially reroute power automatically around a fault.
Faster recovery from storms, maybe.
That's a major goal, yes. And the ability to dynamically integrate electricity generated from distributed renewable energy sources, like rooftop solar panels or wind turbines. The old grid struggles with that variability.
Managing solar input.
Exactly. There are substantial ongoing investments in upgrading to smart grid technologies in many parts of the world because the benefits are potentially huge.
And then there are microgrids. How do those differ from a smart grid? Are they part of it?
They can be connected to the main smart grid, but they're fundamentally different. Microgrids are essentially localized energy grids that can operate independently from the main, larger grid. They can island themselves.
So like a backup for a specific area.
That's one key function, yes. This offers enhanced urban resilience by providing a degree of local energy independence and backup power during outages on the main grid.
Yeah.
If the main grid goes down, the microgrid keeps essential services running within its area.
Hospitals, emergency services.
Exactly. They also facilitate the integration of local renewable energy generation, maybe solar, on a community center roof within a specific area, and can improve overall energy efficiency at that localized level. Examples include microgrids serving a specific community, a university campus, or a large industrial facility.
So smart grids improve the overall efficiency and resilience of the main power network, while microgrids offer localized energy security and support for renewables. What are the broader benefits summarized?
All right. Smart grids lead to improved energy efficiency for the whole system, greater reliability of the power supply, and enhanced sustainability through better integration of renewable energy sources.
Okay.
Microgrids contribute to enhanced urban resilience. That islanding capability is key. offer greater energy independence at a local level, and further support the adoption of renewable energy close to where it's used.
Sounds great, but are there downsides?
Yeah.
Challenges?
Oh, yes. The implementation of smart grids, for instance, comes with challenges. There's the need for seamless integration of new technologies with existing, sometimes very old, infrastructure.
Tying new and old together.
It's complex. The critical importance of robust cybersecurity measures a smarter grid has more potential attack points.
That's a big concern.
It is. And the significant upfront costs associated with the necessary upgrades. It's a massive investment.
What about managing our water resources? How does that become more adaptable in a future city? Is it similar?
There are parallels, yeah. The concept is often referred to as decentralized water management.
Decentralized water, like microgrids for water.
Kind of, yeah. This involves using smart sensors for real-time monitoring of water usage patterns, water quality, and even environmental conditions like soil moisture for irrigation.
So more data on water.
Exactly. And localized water treatment systems allow for more efficient water recycling and distribution based on the specific needs of different areas within the city. This reduces the reliance on large, centralized treatment plants and long distribution networks.
Treating water closer to where it's used or reused.
Precisely. You might see this implemented at the level of individual buildings, clusters of homes, or even to manage water for urban green spaces more efficiently. Recycling gray water locally, for example.
What's the primary advantage of managing water in a more localized way? Why do that?
Well, it provides greater resilience and adaptability to changing conditions. Think droughts or infrastructure failures. Treating water closer to its point of use and enabling more efficient recycling within smaller loops reduces the vulnerability associated with relying solely on large, centralized systems, which can be susceptible to major disruptions.
A single point of failure is riskier.
Much riskier. It also enhances water security, particularly in regions facing water scarcity. And again, the data provided by smart sensors on water quality, usage, and potential leaks is integral to the effectiveness of these decentralized systems. Finding leaks faster saves a lot of water.
Okay, so our infrastructure, transport utilities are getting smarter, more adaptable, but our cities are more than just infrastructure and utilities. They're the places where we live and interact. How are our immediate environments becoming more responsive to our needs?
Yeah, that's a really important dimension. We're seeing a growing trend towards built environments that can adapt to the preferences and needs of their occupants. This comes through advancements in smart buildings, home automation technologies, and even augmented and mixed reality experiences.
Smart buildings, that's more than just having automated lighting, isn't it? We hear that term a lot too.
It goes far beyond that, yeah. Smart buildings utilize integrated networks of sensors and artificial intelligence, AI, to automatically adjust various aspects of the building environment,
Like what?
such as lighting levels, temperature control, ventilation, even security systems based on the presence of occupants and their preset preferences, or even learning their preferences over time.
So the building learns what I like.
Potentially, yes.
Uh,
This leads to greater comfort for the occupants and significant improvements in energy efficiency, not heating or cooling empty rooms, for instance.
Makes sense.
Home automation systems extend this concept to residential spaces, providing residents with centralized control over various aspects of their living environments. Lights, heating, security, entertainment, often remotely via smartphones or voice commands.
Alexa, make it warmer, that kind of thing.
Exactly that kind of thing, but potentially much more integrated and predictive.
So the key benefits are convenience, comfort, and energy savings.
Precisely. Improved energy efficiency, enhanced comfort through personalized settings, increased security, and greater overall convenience are the primary advantages.
But there must be challenges here too.
Absolutely. There are also challenges to consider, such as the initial costs of installing these sophisticated systems.
Yep.
It's not cheap yet.
Right.
The complexity of ensuring seamless integration between different technologies from different manufacturers, getting everything to talk to each other smoothly.
Yeah, the compatibility issue.
Definitely. And importantly, addressing concerns related to data privacy and cybersecurity. These systems collect a lot of data about personal habits.
Who owns that data? Who sees it? Big question.
Crucial questions.
And then there's augmented and mixed reality. How do those technologies play a role in creating a more responsive urban environment? That feels even more futuristic.
It does, but it's developing fast. Augmented reality, AR, and mixed reality, MR technologies work by overlaying digital information onto our physical world.
Like Pokemon Go, but for everything.
Well, that was an early popular example of AR, yes. But it goes further. AR typically uses a device like a smartphone, or increasingly glasses to display contextual digital information, for example, providing real-time navigation directions overlaid on the street you're looking at.
Arrows on the pavement kind of thing.
Visually, yes,
Yeah.
or displaying information about a building or landmark you're looking at its history, opening hours, maybe pin-in information.
Okay, useful info.
Mixed reality, or MR, blends the physical and digital worlds more seamlessly, allowing for interactions with virtual objects as if they were physically present.
So virtual objects in the real world.
Exactly. This has the potential to transform public spaces, enabling things like interactive virtual art installations that respond to people, or providing real-time language translation overlaid on signs or even conversations.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. Are there practical applications of MR in urban environments beyond just entertainment or art?
Absolutely. Mixed reality is proving to be a valuable tool for urban planners and architects. They can use MR to visualize proposed building developments or infrastructure projects in 3 dimensions, directly within the actual urban landscape. And imagine putting on glasses and seeing the proposed new building right there on the empty lot, walking around it.
Okay, that would be powerful for understanding proposals.
Exactly. It allows for better collaboration among stakeholders and much more effective public engagement in the planning process, as people can experience and provide feedback on proposed changes in a much more intuitive, visceral way than just looking at drawings or models.
But are we all going to need to wear special glasses or headsets to experience these responsive cities? That seems like a barrier.
That's definitely one of the ongoing challenges for widespread adoption. You're right. There are current limitations in the hardware, things like comfort, battery life, field of view, cost.
And looking maybe a bit silly walking down the street.
Well, there's the social acceptance factor too, yes.
Right.
We also need compelling content and applications that people find genuinely useful beyond novelty. And of course, establishing clear ethical guidelines and addressing potential safety and privacy concerns, what's being tracked, what's being displayed, will be crucial.
Okay. All these technologies, the sensors, the smart buildings, the AVs, they seem to generate an enormous amount of data, just staggering amounts. How do we actually use all that information to manage these adaptable cities effectively?
You've hit on an absolutely crucial point. Data is the lifeblood of truly adaptable and flexible cities. It's the nervous system in a way. The ability to effectively collect, analyze, and act upon vast amounts of data is what makes these future urban environments function intelligently.
Big data analytics and digital twins, those seem to be key concepts in this data-driven approach, right? I hear those terms a lot.
Exactly. They are central. Big data analytics involves using those massive data sets generated from sensors, mobile devices, social media, transit systems, utility usage, various sources to gain real-time insights into how the city is operating moment to moment.
So understanding traffic patterns, energy use, where people are.
Precisely. This allows urban planners and managers to make more informed decisions about everything from infrastructure maintenance and resource allocation to optimizing public transportation schedules and improving public safety resource deployment. Seeing the patterns.
And a digital twin is like a virtual model of the entire city, right? A sim city, but real.
That's a perfect way to describe it, actually. A digital twin is a dynamic virtual replica of a physical city that integrates real-time data from all those various sources.
So it's constantly updated.
Ideally, yes. That allows city planners to simulate and analyze different scenarios before implementing them in the real world. What if we change this traffic light timing? What if we build a new park here? How would the power grid cope with a heat wave?
You can test things out virtually first.
Exactly. Cities like Singapore, Helsinki, and Dubai are already utilizing digital twin technology for purposes like urban planning, environmental monitoring, traffic management, and even disaster preparedness simulation. It provides a powerful tool for testing interventions and predicting their impact, ultimately leading to more optimized urban management.
So it's like a sophisticated city simulator based on real-world information. That sounds incredibly useful.
Precisely. Big data analytics provides the raw intelligence, the understanding of what is happening, and digital twins offer a platform for simulation and optimization based on that intelligence exploring what could happen.
But managing all that data must be complex and risky.
Hugely complex, and yes, there are significant challenges. Ensuring interoperability between the various systems that feed data into a digital twin can be very difficult. Getting different legacy systems and new sensors to talk the same language?
Data silos.
Big problem. And cybersecurity is also a paramount concern when dealing with such vast amounts of sensitive city operations data and potentially citizen data.
A hacked digital twin could cause chaos.
Potentially, yes. So developing effective data management strategies that address governance, who controls the data, who uses it, interoperability, security, and also potential data bias is absolutely essential for the ethical and effective use of these technologies. We need to ensure the data isn't reinforcing existing inequalities.
What about the role of artificial intelligence in all of this data-driven urban management? How does AI fit in?
Well, advanced AI plays a critical role in making sense of all that data and enabling those simulations. AI is needed to model the complex systems within a city and predict the potential impacts of different interventions, helping us to build more adaptable and resilient urban environments.
So AI does the heavy lifting on the analysis.
To a large extent, yes.
Yeah.
AI algorithms can rapidly analyze vast quantity of data, uncovering patterns and generating insights that would be incredibly difficult or impossible for humans to identify manually.
Finding the needles in the haystack of data.
A good analogy. This enables city planners to run those complex simulations, optimize the utilization of urban space, and even work towards creating more equitable and sustainable environments by analyzing data related to demographics, access to services, environmental factors, resource allocation, and so on.
So AI can help with fairness, too.
It can assist, if designed and used carefully. Ultimately, AI can help optimize critical urban functions like transportation networks, energy efficiency, waste management, and emergency response.
It sounds like AI is becoming an indispensable tool for managing the complexities of a modern, adaptable city.
It is indeed a powerful tool, offering the ability to process and analyze massive data sets at scale and generate rapid insights.
Right.
However, and this is important, it's crucial to be aware of potential issues related to data quality. Garbage in, garbage out, right? The risk of algorithmic bias, where the AI inadvertently learns and perpetuates existing societal biases present in the data.
That's a major ethical concern.
A huge one. And the ongoing need for human oversight and ethical considerations in the application of AI in urban planning and management. It's a tool, not a replacement for human judgment. There are a growing number of AI-powered tools being developed, each with its own specific capabilities and applications, and they need careful evaluation.
All of this technology is fascinating, really mind-bending in some ways, but ultimately, cities are for the people who live in them. How are citizens involved in shaping these adaptable future cities? Are we just having things done to us?
That's a vital question. And the answer, ideally, is no. Active citizen participation and responsive governance are absolutely vital components of this vision. The technology should be a tool to facilitate a better relationship and flow of information between citizens and their governing bodies, not just a top-down imposition.
Interactive platforms and digital participation, what do those look like in a practical sense? How do we participate?
Well, online platforms and mobile applications provide powerful channels for real-time communication between residents and city authorities.
Like city apps.
Yeah, or dedicated web platforms. These tools allow citizens to provide feedback on municipal services, report a pothole, comment on park maintenance, participate in surveys and polls on proposed developments or policy changes, and directly communicate their needs and concerns to city officials.
So, easier ways to complain or suggest things?
Hopefully more constructive than just complaining. Platforms like Public Input, Go Vocal, and Maptionaire offer features such as map-based feedback tools, letting you pinpoint an issue on a map, virtual town hall forums for discussion, and real-time analysis of public input.
So it's making it easier for our voices to be heard and hopefully considered in how our cities evolve.
Exactly. That's the goal. These digital tools have the potential to lead to more responsive governance by providing city authorities with real-time data on the needs and priorities of their citizens.
So the city knows what people care about right now.
Hopefully. This enables more informed decision-making processes and more effective delivery of public services. Examples like Boston's 311 app, which allows residents to report non-emergency issues and track their resolution.
I've heard of that one.
And Barcelona's comprehensive smart city platform, which integrates citizen feedback, demonstrate how these technologies can be implemented effectively. By making it easier for citizens to engage and provide feedback, these platforms can lead to improved service delivery and more effective policymaking that actually reflects public needs.
But we need to make sure these digital tools are accessible to everyone, right? We don't want to create a digital divide where only tech-savvy people get heard.
That's a critical point, absolutely. Ensuring inclusivity and addressing potential data privacy concerns are significant challenges that need careful consideration.
How do you make sure everyone can participate?
Well, it requires multiple channels, maybe kiosks and libraries, partnerships with community groups, ensuring mobile apps are simple and work on basic smartphones, providing support. It's essential to bridge any digital divides to ensure equitable participation from all segments of the population. Successful platforms often incorporate various features to enhance data collection, facilitate clear communication, and provide robust analytical capabilities while respecting privacy.
And transparency is key too, presumably.
Absolutely. Ultimately, the goal is to enhance transparency and accountability in governance by making information about city operations and decision-making processes more readily accessible to all citizens, letting people see how their input is being used or why decisions are being made.
We've covered a huge amount of ground here, from the buildings we inhabit to the sensors under our roads, the grids powering everything, and the way our cities are governed. Just to summarize, what are the key potential benefits of these adaptable cityscapes, and what are the main hurdles we still need to overcome?
Sure. Well, the potential benefits are truly transformative, I think. We're looking at the possibility of increased efficiency and productivity in the delivery of urban services, doing more with less.
Okay.
Enhanced sustainability and a reduced environmental impact. Smarter resource use, less waste, better integration of renewables, and improved overall quality of life and well-being. For city dwellers, less congestion, better services, more comfortable environments, greater resilience and adaptability in the face of various challenges, climate change, population shifts, economic changes, even pandemics.
Being ready for the unexpected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And more informed and participatory approaches to governance, leading to cities that better reflect the needs and desires of the people living there.
And the key challenges we need to be mindful of as we move forward, the big roadblocks.
Right, the hurdles. We definitely need to address regulatory frameworks and ensure that policies can keep pace with these rapid technological advancements. Law often lags behind tech.
Bureaucracy catching up.
Pretty much. The significant initial investment costs and ongoing funding requirements will need careful consideration and planning. This stuff isn't cheap.
Who pays?
A perennial question. Protecting data privacy and ensuring robust cybersecurity are paramount, as we discussed. Huge risks there.
Non-negotiable, really.
Agreed. Achieving seamless integration and interoperability between different technological systems is crucial for it all to work together effectively.
Avoiding tech silos.
Yeah. Gaining public trust and ensuring broad public acceptance while also actively bridging any digital divides will be essential for successful implementation. People need to be on board.
Can't just force it on people.
No. And finally, investing in the necessary workforce skills and training to design, build, manage, and maintain these complex technologies effectively is vital. We need people who know how to run these systems.
It definitely feels like we're on the verge of a fundamental shift in how our cities function and how we interact with them. It's exciting, but also a bit daunting.
Absolutely. It's both. The technological advancements we've explored offer a remarkable opportunity, I think, to create truly adaptable and flexible urban environments for the future. The key moving forward, based on these sources, will be strategic and thoughtful integration of these technologies.
Not just tech for tech's sake.
Exactly. Prioritizing flexibility in design and planning from the outset, and building urban systems that are designed to continuously learn, adapt, and evolve in response to the changing needs of their inhabitants and the world around them, creating learning cities.
So as you've been listening to this deep dive, maybe take a moment to consider the city you know best. What role might you see yourself playing in shaping its future? Is there something you could get involved in?
Or just think about which specific technology we discussed today you find most promising, or perhaps most concerning, for making our urban environments truly adaptable and resilient.
Yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind as we all navigate this rapidly evolving urban landscape. Lots to think about.